It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. Dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary.
Hello, word nerds, and welcome to the dictionary. My name is Spencer, and this is episode F61. Hoo-wee! Okay, let's get into it. The first word is fen-phen, and it is spelled F-E-N-phen. I'm sure there's a very good reason for that. We'll learn about that soon. Fen-phen, noun from 1994. It's only 30 years old at this point in time. This is a former diet drug combination of phentermine with either fenfluramine or dexfenfluramine or fluramine. I think we'll learn about that pronunciation later. It is called also fen-phen, where the PH one is first and the F one is second. I guess it depends on which word you like talking about first, because this is a combination of fenfluramine, and actually that word is later in this episode, which is pronounced, where is it? I thought I saw it in here, fenflur, or we have, maybe it's not in here. I could have sworn that I saw it in here somewhere. Maybe there's a different related word. Anyway, fenfluramine, with that one starts with an F, plus phentermine, which starts with a PH. And so you're combining those, or you're replacing the fenfluramine with dexfenfluramine. And I guess either way, you can still call it fen-phen. It's not fendex or dexfen in that context. Diet drug. I remember hearing about this in the 90s, but it's former, so I think that means that it was maybe causing some problems, maybe physically, maybe mentally, so maybe it's not a very good drug to take. Fen-phen. Oh, it's sound effect time. That's the sound today. Next we have fentanyl. F-E-N-T-A-N-Y-L. Noun from 1964. Looks like another drug kind of thing. This one is 30 years older, so it's 60 years old right now. This is a synthetic opioid narcotic analgesic, C22H28N2O, with pharmacological action similar to morphine, that is administered especially in the form of its citrate or citrate. And I, of course, have no idea what any of that stuff means. Pharmacological action, it's a narcotic. That seems kind of intense. Yep, don't know, but we can talk about the etymology. It's probably an alternative of phenethyl, 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 which is a monovalent radical derived from ethylbenzene, and that's pretty much it for that one. Was that the sound that I made? Sure, why not? Okay, next we have fenugreek, F-E-N-U, and then just the word Greek. This is all one word. It is a noun from the 14th century. It is a leguminous annual Eurasian herb with aromatic seeds, and then also just its seeds are also called fenugreek. The scientific name, the species name of this Eurasian herb is Trigonella fenumgrassum or grecum. Oh my God, my brain is not prepared for all these fun words and pronunciations and spellings. Fenugreek. Let's see. Well, where's it from? I see the word Greek in there, and the species name had another word that looked very Greek. So, let's see. It's from the Latin fenum graecum, which literally means Greek hay, Hay. Can you make a hay boy, a Greek hay boy out of that? Some of you random people might get that joke. It's leguminous. Leguminous? I don't know what that means. I mean, it's legume is in there. It's like a bean, but I don't know if that's related at all. It's annual Eurasian herb with aromatic seeds. Greek hay. So maybe this looks like hay, and maybe we need to look at this. Maybe it looks like hay that was found in Greece. Maybe. Could it possibly be from Greece? You'd think it would be. Maybe I'll put a link in the show notes. I don't know. The leaves kind of look like, they just look like regular leaves, green, round leaves. So I don't know why it's called hay. Yeah. Something with that one. Okay, that's great. Next is fefi or fifi. The second syllable is always emphasized, and the first syllable is fe or fi, and it is spelled Feoffee. Feoffee. When I first looked at the pronunciation, I thought it was fefi. All of those, but no, it's just two different ways to say it. This is a noun from the 15th century, and just real quick, looking at the pronunciations, the first 5 letters are Feoff. Fef, yeah. There is the name Jeff, which you can spell Jeff, or Geoff, which is similar to this spelling here, to Fef, and it has the same pronunciation. They rhyme, Fef, Jeff, spelled with the EO in the middle. So I'm curious about, maybe this is an old spelling of that sound? So anyway, fefi is one to whom a fefment is made. The fefi, the fefment is going to the fefi, and maybe is there a pfeffer also? I don't, oh wait, maybe there is. Oh my gosh, yes there is. We got the 3 words back to back. So now, what is a fefment? A fefment, you can also say fiefment. It is a noun from the 14th century. This is the granting of a fee. The granting of a fee. So, are you giving somebody the fee? If you... Who is doing the granting? Who is doing the receiving? Is the fefi? The fefi is the one to whom a fefment is made. So I guess the fefment is literally a fee. But why is it the granting of a fee? That just makes it more confusing. I'm granting you this fee. I'm paying, okay, whatever. It's a fee. Where does this word come from? Let's see, Middle English, fefement, from Anglo-French faire, which means to invest with a fee. I'm giving you a fee. I'm investing. This comes from few or fee, which means fee. So that's really all it is. It's just a fee. That's why it's also a fiefment. That's where you can pronounce it that way. Fiefment, fifi, 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 because it's a fee. And then we have a pfeffer or fifor. Okay, you can say this 4 ways. Pfeffer, fifer, pfeffor, or fifor. So same thing. You got fe or fee at the beginning, and then you have fur or for at the end, and you can emphasize either syllable, I guess. That's why there's 4 options. The pfeffer is a noun from the 15th century. You can also spell it with an ER at the end. So ER or OR. This is one who makes a fefment. I am the pfeffer. I am giving you the fefment, and you are the fefi. You're just given a fee. That's it. All it is. No more for that one. Now we have, we're in the FEP section, which is very short. FEPA, all caps, FIPA. It's an abbreviation for Fair Employment Practices Act. The Fair Employment Practices Act. And then real quick, let's talk about the next one. FEPC, all caps, abbreviation for Fair Employment Practices Commission. Maybe these are the people who are making sure that people are having that they are practicing fair employment. And maybe we need to put a link in the show notes for both of these, FEPA and FIPC, because it's all about the Fair Employment Practices Act. There was something about making people do fair things with employment, making sure that everybody has the same opportunities, I think. We don't have a year for that. Did we actually have like this act in the FAIR section? I don't remember anything like that. But maybe we did the fair. I don't think this would be in here. No, I think it's just the abbreviation for some reason. Okay, now we have fair, FER. This one is a suffix. It's going at the end of a word, and it is one that bears. One that bears. Rawr, I am bearing. No, this is something that you have. You bear something. You have it. You hold it. You own it. You care for it. We have an example. Aquifer. 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 So the aquifer or the aquifer bears water because the first part means water. So the etymology says this is from the Latin suffix fer, which means bearing or one that bears, same thing, from ferae, FERRE, which means to carry, and I think that became our word ferry with a Y. It's a boat that carries people or cars from one landmass to another landmass. There's more at the word bear, BEAR. I'm a bear and I want to go sleep in my hibernation place, my cave. Fair, bear, fairy, aquifer, I guess that's how it's normally pronounced, aquifer. Or aquifer, I guess it's fine. It doesn't have a pronunciation, really, no. So, because it's a suffix, these words are going to get all mixed up in the whole book, and so we don't get to find out any that are right here, but at some point you will come across another one that ends with FER, and that's the bearer. The fee-fer, would that be you're bearing the fee, maybe? Next we have ferae naturae. Ferae naturae. It is two words. The first word is FERAE, and the second word is NATURAE, adjective from circa 1661. This is wild by nature and not usually tamed. The nature of that thing is to be wild. It's not its nature to be tamed. I think all of us, we have a nature to be wild. Oh boy, I just watched The Wild Robot, and it was so wonderful and so good. But I can't really talk about that now. So wild by nature and not usually tamed, this is a Latin phrase, if you couldn't tell, and it means of a wild nature. The nature is wild. So where do we use this? How do we use this term, this phrase? Let's look up, I don't know, let's just look it up. Ferae naturae. I think scientists are probably using this. It's a Latin term meaning nature, wild animals, which refers to any animals that are not designated domesticated animals by law. Ferae naturae are generally considered the property of no one. However, a person can obtain a property interest in a given ferae naturae by capturing one. So in the legal world, they're using this, and maybe scientists too. So it's really just it's a designation to animals that are not considered domestic animals. So domestic tamed animals would be pretty much dogs and cats. That doesn't mean that there aren't wild dogs and cats, but we are probably calling raccoons, possums, squirrels, rabbits, chipmunks, skunks, those would probably be all considered ferae naturae, I would suspect. Okay, did we talk about everything for that one? I think we did. Now we go to a related word. I don't know what this sound is. We have feral or feral, and that's pretty much it. Feral. Adjective from 1604. Number 1, of, relating to, or suggestive of a wild beast. As in, feral teeth, also as in feral instincts. The instincts are related, they are relating to a wild beast, a thing that is not tamed. The wild beast's instincts are to attack things that it wants to eat, take care of its territory, find food, just sleep wherever it wants to sleep, make a home for itself, wander, find a family, make a family. I don't know. Those are some of the instincts, I guess. They're very generic. Also, feral teeth. The teeth on that wild bear are pretty feral teeth. There's no dentist coming in to take care of those teeth, so they're wild. Maybe they're all over the place. Maybe they got the plaque. They gotta be clean. Maybe they got some chips, some chipped teeth. 2A, not domesticated or cultivated, and the synonym is wild. That's more so how I probably use this. Just you're calling a thing wild. It's feral. Those feral children who are throwing poop all over the place. 2B, having escaped from domestication and become wild. Become wild, as in feral cats. They used to be domesticated and tamed, and they said, nope, sorry, you can't hold me down. I'm leaving this place. I'm exiting this gin joint house where it's warm and cozy and you're giving me food every day and I have a nice place to poop and pee. No, I want to go out there and be in the wild. I want to be a feral cat. I guess that could have been another name for that movie, The Feral Robot. I don't know if people know that word enough. It's pretty common, but maybe not enough people know that world. And I don't know, I think there's something fun to the world. The word wild. Okay, this is from the Latin fera, which means wild animal, from ferus, which means wild, and there's more at the word fierce. Yeah, I'm so fierce because I'm a wild animal. Oh, was there more? Yes, we had another synonym, brutal. Brutal? And then feral is also a noun. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Next is fer de lance. 3 words with hyphens, F-E-R hyphen D-E hyphen L-A-N-C-E. Noun from the 1880. This is a large, extremely venomous pit viper. Ooh. It's of Central and South America. Central America and South America. So everything like Mexico and South. Probably in Mexico, I don't know. And the species name is Bothrops atrox. Oh, can you please name your child this? Please, somebody out there, name their child Bothrops atrox Smith. We have a picture. There's a picture, a wonderful picture of this fer de lance. It's kind of an odd name for a snake viper thing with hyphens and such. We'll look at the name in a minute. Okay, so the snake, it looks like a snake. It's got some sort of triangular shapes on its skin, its scales. There's like a triangle that goes this way, and then another triangle, and then another triangle, and they go like that. But it doesn't show any coloring because it's a black and white image. And they do say that there's something about the coloring, like when you've got these certain color bands next to each other, it's venomous, but if they're not in that order, then it's not venomous. But mostly I think it's the sides of the jaw. If they like sort of stick out, I think that means that they have the venom glands. So that's the real telltale thing about is this snake or viper venomous or not. So if we look at images for this fer de lance, I'm doing this to protect you so you don't get bit by one of these. It looks like it has camouflage colors, deep browns and greens, and green browns and brown greens, and there's some light colors too. But yeah, I think if it's in some sort of like in a forest, maybe in some fallen leaves, it could camouflage itself very well. Not in a bright grass. There's a picture of one in bright green grass, and it's not camouflaged well. But there are these other, like the ground of a forest. I could see it being camouflaged pretty well. I don't know where they live though. But yes, it has this sort of so the light colors sort of zigzag down the body, and then there's these browns and greens filling in the rest of it. It's very beautiful, but it also very deadly, just like me. Where does this name come from? It's French. It literally means lance iron, or also spearhead. Well, the head of these venomous snakes sort of looks like a spear. A spear, yeah, it's got that sort of triangular shape. I'm showing this on the video with my fingers and my hands. So yeah, that's kind of a spear head. It's got a spear head because it's venomous. Let's see. Anything else? It's large too. Extremely venomous pit viper. Hoo-hoo. Stay away. Next we have ferae. F-E-R-E. Noun from before the 12th century. Number 1 is archaic, and the synonym is the number 1 definition for the word companion. Just a friend, a peer, somebody who you are going on your journey with. They would be your fear, I think. The pronunciation shows it is spelled F-I-R, so I think that's fear. Opposed to if it was F-E-R, it would be fair, ear. Everybody says vowels differently. Number 2 is also archaic, and the synonym is spouse. So yes, spouse, companion, partner, a very similar idea here. But they're both archaic, so we can't use this anymore. It is from Old English gefera, which is akin to the Old English faran, which means to go or travel. And there's more at the word fare, F-A-R-E, like you're paying a fare to travel on the ferry. And you're going and you're traveling with a partner. That with your fare, F-E-R-E. Is it related to the word fare, F-A-R-E? Paying a fare? This is old. This is really old. And I want to know, when did it become archaic? How many years prior does it get designated with archaic or obsolete? If it's like, we haven't used this for 200 years and everything before that is considered archaic. But if we haven't used it for 100 years, then it's obsolete. I don't know. I'm just making up those numbers. Fair. Okay. Next is feria. Feria or feria. F-E-R-I-A. First form. Noun from the 15th century. This is a weekday of a church calendar on which no feast falls. There is no feast on the church's calendar on this day, so we call it a feria. This is ferial is an adjective. But why? It's just a Middle Latin word, and there's more at the word fair, F-A-I-R. Maybe you are having a fair, like with rides and games. A weekday of a church calendar on which no feast falls. But what does this mean in Latin? That's what I want to know. Why couldn't you tell me this? Can I just go to translate google.com and let's switch the language to Latin? I assume, yes, here we go, Latin. And this is feria. Feria. It means holidays. We're all taking a holiday. We're all taking a break. The church needs a break sometimes. You can't have a feast every day. Although you have feasts on holidays. That's a funny one. The second form of feria, what's the difference in this? Feria. It is a noun from 1844. It is a Hispanic market festival, often in observance of a religious holiday. So, a market festival often in so there is a religious holiday on the calendar, and which makes sense. We're calling that a feria, it seems like. And this is specifically a Hispanic market festival. So where in the world, this is probably South America, Central America, maybe Mexico, maybe Spain. There's a number of countries in all those areas. And because feria was the name for the holiday, and they said, well, it's a holiday, so let's do something. Let's plan a party. Let's have this market festival. And what are we going to call it? Well, it's landing on this feria day, so let's call it a feria. Feria. Yeah, it's just Spanish. It means fair or market. That's pretty much it for that one, so let's go on to... Now we have ferine. I think that's how you would say it. Ferine. Ferine. Adjective from 1640. The synonym is just the word feral. Back to being wild and brutal and not tame whatsoever. Ferine. Let's see. Let's look at this one. Was from 1640 and feral is from 1604. So it's older. Feral is older than ferine, but we use feral more. For some reason, I think ferine probably doesn't get used very much. Okay, I think we got one more for this episode. We have ferlie. Ferlie? Ferlie. Ferlie or ferly. It is a noun from the 13th century. This one is Scottish, and the synonym is wonder. Wonder. But it's a noun. So you have a wonder. It's not the action of wondering and thinking and imagining. It's what a wonder that is. That is such a fairly. This is from Middle English fairly, which means strange. From Old English, fairlick, which means unexpected. From also fair, which means sudden danger. And there's more at the word fear. Oh, so much going on here. So, yes, if you are in sudden danger, you would probably be afraid. You would have fear for that thing that was suddenly dangerous into your life. And yes, it was very unexpected when that thing came around and scared you. And you went, oh my God, I have fear. And it's strange. What a strange thing to be unexpectedly scaring me. And it's a wonder. How did we go from strange to wonder? I don't know. Only the Scottish know that. Okay. Now it's time for the word of the episode. I'm gonna pick a word and you can't stop me. Today we had fen-phen, fentanyl, fenugreek, fefe, fefmint, fefer, fepa, fepc, fur, ferae naturae, feral, fer-de-lance, fear, feria, ferine, and fairly. Okay, I think I think I kind of want to pick ferae naturae as the word of the episode because it's a fun phrase to say for sure. Fun phrase to say for sure. Lots of it. It rhymes, and it's all about just the wild by nature and not tamed. And let's see. The wild robot has ferae naturae. The wild robot is ferae naturae. We're describing it as wild, and that's the ferae part. And its nature is to be wild, so that's the naturae. I don't know, something. Lots of the same words. And what else? I think now it is time to tell you about a couple of movies. Real quick, we watched Die, Die, My Darling. Had never heard of this one before. I had to look it up before to see some pictures and remind myself. It's from 1965. I'm trying to think of what to say. It's very, very dramatic. It's kind of a fun movie. I think it's maybe a little bit of a cult classic. I had never heard of it, though. Anything else? There was some interesting trivia. I think one of the women lead characters played her role or the other role in a stage production. The older woman is an actual silent movie actress. I think she got fairly well known back in the day. Tallulah Bankhead is her name, but and it's one of the, I think, early performances of Donald Sutherland, and he plays I would say a maybe problematic character, but he was very young, he's very tall and kind of creepy looking. And then we watched Joker 2. That's what I call it. I think most people call it that. Folie à deux. And I have to remind myself what folie à deux means. I looked it up before and I can't remember what it was. Something about two. But man, madness for two. Ooh, madness for two. It's like cocktails for two. It's a very interesting movie, and I know a lot of people did not like it. It's very, I don't know if divisive is the proper term, because I feel like more people don't like it. I'm not really hearing a lot of people who like it. Some people say it's a musical, and some people don't really want to call it a musical. I think I lean towards musical. The songs are sort of there, and like they're not necessarily diegetic. They're not really part of the story, but they push the plot forward. And there are some very out of context or out of the real world scenes with songs and dance. It was a choice. It was a choice to go. It was a risk. They took a risk going this route with this movie, and I think they thought, well, if it pays off, it's going to pay off big. And unfortunately, I don't think it paid off. There are lots of ways that this sequel could have gone. I was very excited to see it because I sort of thought it would go one way, give or take, and it went a different way. And you know what? I have to respect the directors and all the filmmakers for making that choice. I don't know if I liked it or not. I'm sort of still processing it. I think I need to see it again. I understand why people don't like it, but I think the hate is a little strong, possibly. I don't know. Whatever. It's a fun movie. Go watch it. And it does have some good music. That is for sure. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for checking out my show. Until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye.